is a 1345 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. And today is a red letter date in the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi cycle, as we have our second major skip in Yordea. There are, as we know, two skips. The missing in the earlier was Siman Kuf Chav Gimel to Kuf Pei Beis, and now missing from Siman Reish Gimel to Siman Reish Lamed Tes are Hilchos Nedarim and Hilchos Shvuos. There was a manuscript on Hilchos Nedarim and Hilchos Shvuos, which was in the possession of the Bari Line family, and it was printed in 1992. However, it did not make its way to the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi cycle, so we are going to skip those simanim as an order cycle. That is the case. There are several other places which are missing in the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, and the Arukh HaShulchan, but for our purposes, these are the most significant. Many people makes 53 simanim missing the Ibn Ezer, which that would not have been part of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi cycle in any event. So our learning today should be a schus for Yoshvei Eretz Yisrael, and all of Am Yisrael, which needs Yeshua from the Tzorim. Today we're doing the idea Siman Reish Beis, Sifyud Beis, finishing Reish Beis, and going to Reish Mem Sif Zayin. So last two Sif Reish Beis. V'da, the Rashi b'chol l'shem because of his Eloshono, the Rashi writes the Masha Asila Kutzta, which you're going to cut off, such as the handle, etc., the broken handle. Ain't such feel, doesn't have to doesn't quite feel. The Kakatsu time if it's cut off, I can show. Here's Sava Rav, the Martinura, and Mikvo Shem Zelshon, might be a Makom Hamida, that you travel them until the place of the measure. Masha ain't such feel. The rest of it doesn't require tefillah. Anything which is about to be cut off, it's like it's cut off. It's not an interruption from the place you're going to cut it. The base is starting to claim answer BS mine, because this is the hidden part and the concealed part of the claim that doesn't need BS mine. So the part of where the chatach is going to be is not a problem. I feel that royal BS mine. It doesn't even be suitable for money for water to get in. It has to be by a human being. Okay, so far so good, but the Arukh HaShulchan was not happy with this. So to me, I'm astounded. As far as the that would you say that this far, that anything which is about to be cut is as if it's cut. It's like we say elsewhere according to Shimon, anything which is about to redeem is as if it's redeemed. Anything which is about to be thrown is as if it's thrown. We don't like Rabbi Shimon. We don't like Rabbi Shimon. We don't like Rabbanan. Why do you need this logic? Came the base of starting the kingdom answer BS mine, since the base of starting of the kingdom does not require that it be suitable for BS mine. In came ma learning what was to make if it's cut off or not. Anyway. The Rav Etik Lashon Rashi, even that's not beer. So therefore I think it says that the Barnur copied Rashi's language and gave an explanation. They come it's not as if not because it's cut. They come again. They ain't coming us in it's not. It's as if it's cut off because that's not going to work. It's like it's combination. It's some royal BS mine. For a different reason, not for Rabbi Shimon, because you don't need be a royal BS mine. You have to need this because elsewhere, in some other matter, the Shas Chuli wants to say that it's chumra. But Shas Itlosa and Mishnah Zudi others came with Dachila. Shas wants to connect this to the handles of vessels and rejects it. Shas. That's the Lashon used in the Gemara. Chassid came. They wrote it this way. In the conclusion, we don't require that it be cut off in order to be toibled. In brackets, he says the begirsa Mishnah Tana Kamasuli the Madbil Aramida. In the version of Mishnah we have, it's the kind of combo holds you might be table it up to the point where you're going to cut it off. You might have to be table the entire thing. The Chaim Pasco Rambam, but to Shalom go down a combo. The man to Shalom Pasco down a combo. I'm calling one of Shom Agir said I may or may not meet. The version is the versions that Reb Meir says, not down a combo to the meter. Chachamim might be cool, and Chachamim say that the table and the whole thing on Shom. Can I live so Chachamim? So should pass with Chamin the Omer Sham Keman Rabbi Meir. I ain't Sham. Because there it says that this opinion, which he's passing, is Rabbi Meir. So requires a little bit of analysis for Duke. You give him a Kasar Ben Ramabasi Vav. Ramah writes Mutali Bo Kli Beto Kli. You'll have to table one vessel and another vessel. If in the mouth of the outer one there is the Shvoferes Hanot. In the brackets, he says also kli ain't sark much kasam. That's only for the inner, so connected. Or the inner kli should be toivel, but you don't need it for the outer kli itself, for the inside of the outer kli to be considered toivel. Okay, back outside the brackets, these are kli a pnimi a rafui tok kli achit. So you have to be careful that the inner vessel should be light within the outer vessel. In other words, it shouldn't actually be lying on it, which would be a chatzitza. Therefore, you shouldn't stick a knife into a bucket and toivel it. I guess you plug it into the bucket. The tefillah is not going to work for the top of the knife. So the inner vessel is heavy. It's within the outer vessel. It's not going to work in a place where it's sitting. Ayin Leo Simon Reish Avsi Test Akal Shoto. This is from the Ramah. Klomar, the Shamnis Bar there we found out we saw the guy im gam akli achitz and sark vila. If the outer vessel also has vila, I feel even if I note even if it doesn't have for itself a shvaferes note, it's mutter. The middle cycle well. When it's outer vessel, if the outer vessel itself requires tvila, so then don't need English for first and note, because the migo that the outer works for the water to be matar the inside of the outer keli works also for the inner keli. Migo sakal tvila chitzon sakal out of the pnimi sham. Zarakli in neck of shvaferes and note, but that's only in terms of the shvaferes and note business. I mean, in terms of the heaviness of the vessel, I call it it's the same. It can't be too heavy. Because the water's got to get to the to the furthest reaches of the vessels. If the inner one is weighing on the outer one, the tefillah will not be effective for both of them. The outer one will be effective because water won't reach the extremity of the vessel on the on its inside. The outer one, the inner one, it's not going to get to the outside of it. And with that, we concluded Hilchos Nida and Tefillah, and we actually volume Zion of the Arukh HaShulchan Maduras Friedman. And now we are going to Master. Now we're going to Hilchos Kibbud Avim, Simon Reish Mem. Kibbud Avim u'maram, the respect of a father and mother and their fear, or let's call it awe. Mitzvah says, Pas commandment. Honor your father, your mother. V'nemar ish imo v'vitiro. You should be in awe of your mother, your father, your mother, and your father. This is from the great mitzvahs. V'chamura sheb'chamuras and most severe mitzvahs. Kama gadol koch mitzvah zu. How great is the power of this mitzvah? Shisha kvodo moro yisbarach. There's a parallel drawn between the kavod and mora of Hashem, the kavod and mora to the kavod and mora of the parents. The gambo yisbarach siv kabedas Hashem milon chol. So it's by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, give respect him from your wealth. Ksiv as Hashem kavod, it says you should be in awe of Hashem. K'derech shetzibah more kavod more gadol, and just like we commanded on the kavod and yira of his great name, Shmo Gadol HaKadosh, his great and holy name, kach tziva al mora kvodam moram, so to you commanded on the kavod and mora of your parents. Yerushalmi Kedushin, the Yerushalmi Kedushin is madif kvodam. It says that their kavod is greater than the kavod of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It says that Tanya Shimon Yechai Gadol Kibbud Avim. Kibbud Avim is great. Shidif Yosem Kavod is given preference over kavod Hashem. Nemar kan kabed. The Here the covenant is general. There it's specifically from your wealth. B'amer mechavda, what do you honor HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Mehoncha, from your wealth. Mafresh leket, you take off leket, etc. So if you're not wealthy, you don't have to take it off. No leket, there's no leket. Whether you have it or not. Kabed, they have to give honor. I feel like Magzir Basachim, even they go beg from door to door. The parameters of this will be clarified. Base, it's a logical mitzvah. In every nation, every country has this value. Even people who reject the Torah, they are concerned with this mitzvah because of logic and nature. Bnei Yisrael, and we, the nation of Israel, we are commanded on all logical mitzvahs, not do because of our logic demanding it, but because of the command of Hashem, the Torah Kedosha, in the Holy Torah. If you fulfill these, you hear these mishpatim, logical mitzvahs, before it says Shema Teschokim Mishpatim. Preserve the chukim, the non-ones without a given logic, and the mishpatim, ones with a given logic. It says, since you will listen to Hashem with these mishpatim, klomar, the chukim v'adei tasu. You're definitely going to do the chukim. Because you listen to my command, says Hashem. But the primary word that the mishpatim, which are the logical mitzvahs, you're going to do because you hear them. Because I command you. Not because of logic. Hashem tells his words to Yaakov, his chukim mishpatim to Yisrael. So ikar gadol mitzvah, there's a basic principle in the Torah. This is very Litvish. Obviously, you can reconcile this perspective with other perspectives, but I'm not sure whether you can reconcile it with the Rambam and Ramban and Ken Sipor. You can, but it's going to take a steam shovel to do it. Okay, be that as it may. It's not for now. Therefore, in the second dibros, ksiv kabeya sabir v'simela kasher tzivcha Hashem l'kecha. It adds the words as Hashem commanded you. Klomar lo tchabdei mnei she'asecha gozer. Don't honor them because your logic tells you to do so. Kasher tzivcha Hashem l'kecha, but because Hashem commanded you. Dibros Hashem l'tzukul said the first dibros didn't need this. Minei shugim madrega gedola. Because on a very great madrega, it's Darshan here, the Arukh HaShulchan. It says, right? I said you're like gods. And you're all lofty. At that point, everything he did only because of man of Hashem. But in the last second dibros. After the Chet Egel, when he went down from the Madrig, they have to be warned on this. In parentheses, he says here, V'chein b'Shabbos ksiv sham. So too, it says by Shabbos also. Kasher tzukol Hashem l'kecha. Shum negam zeh muskam b'chol amal Hashem lishbos yom echad b'shavua. Wow, you know that every nation has this concept of resting one day a week. That's what he has. He says Shemor yom Shabbos kachol kasher tzivcha. Yes, but you keep Shabbos because Hashem commanded you, not on account of logic. Those who ask, Lama im mevarchim mitzvah? Why don't you make a bracha b'ravim? Kama mitzvah shares with the sub mitzvah, which is the place. Kama tzedakah, chasadim, etc. This like near the came the call ombela shona sima. So the conventional answer, I believe, is that you don't do a mitzvah, don't make a bracha which takes two to tango. You need to have a mitzvah is only something you can complete on your own, and mitzvah which requires somebody else's participation, somebody else's concession. But that's not necessarily the word I'm looking for. Collaboration. That so that you don't make a bracha, and I believe that's as far as the Rashba. But the Arukh HaShulchan gives a difference for it. The Yosai near the came in the Kol Umal Hashem, since every nation in the country, Osim, or some, they do this. These shows in their Sechel, true, they do because of logic. Komako came into Asiya Shavim, since in the parameters of the performance, they're the same. And the only difference is in the thought, in the heart. These do on account of God's command. Then they say, these do kind of logical, tiknu, bracha, I'll say they didn't make a bracha on this. Sheyomru, to say, Asher Kishan with Sabbat Tivanu Chule. We've got to be honest, because Shemishan Siman Tov Chav Zayin, Ayin Sham. And he says, Vashulach HaKem Be'emes Tzarech Levarech, Kamosh Kasavnu Sham. Okay, I'm not sure why he tells Vashulach HaKem to make a bracha. I guess because it's similar to Kibbut Avim, that they're both Lamar and Yerichon Yemecha. Hey, because I've been on Ramah B'Sif Aleph, the Ramah writes, the Ein Kofin, in basic Kofin on Mitzvah's Kibbut of the Ein, the Havel Mitzvah Sheser Matan Schora B'Tzidah, that Basin does not compel a person to a Mitzvah's Kibbut of Ein because the reward is mentioned in the Torah. Shem Basic Avla and Basins that doesn't compel for Mitzvahs where the reward is in the Torah. Seven first Mechulin, it's explicit in Mechulin Mustaf Kufyud. Bechot Shloim Mokir Laviv, somebody who was not properly honoring his father. The Chavshuan, they put him under, they imprisoned him. And they say, we don't have to do this. And they, mitzvah say Shematan Schar B'Tzida, because mitzvah say whose reward is written. B'chein Kosav, Mishpat Sim Tzayik Zayin says the same thing about Shabbos Avot, about giving back a object given as collateral. This is a sheila. It's a question. Shrei Matzinu B'Ba Batzra Davches Shekoval Tzedakah. They compel people to give tzedakah. There also it says God is going to bless you. It's Matan Torah B'Tzida. That kfiyah was verbal. That's okay. Look for mamish. We'll question whether you can use physical persuasion. Besides that, with tzedakah, they were accepted upon themselves that they should be compelled, obviously for the greater good. So the Rabbeinu the Reed says because there's a lav of not to harden your heart. For all the and basically also that which basically not required to so the shein and shimim lo yakufu. They're not punished if they don't compel. I become karosu kofi, but if they want, they can be kofi. And for tzedakah, they're stating many reasons why they must. That's the tzba and Tosfos there. Vav orik shum Yerushalmi kedushin. He also asked Yerushalmi, Bechot shlo etzol lezon haviv. So he didn't want to feed his father. Kafu b'chomin ekvias, and they compelled him with all sorts of compilations. Obviously, it's not a word. Ashenas lamazaz until he gave him food. V'amasham says there, halavai tetebe kol shmaitza really kadosh shmaitza. I wish that every sugi was so clear to me like this sugi. Shekoven haben lo zuzaviv. Oh, he compelled the son to support the father, to feed him. So it seems they are kofen. They call it kfiyah gedolah. It says we don't do this much kfiyah. Only avoktat kfiyah, a little kfiyah osin, and the Taz everything brings us down. Vanitama, the Rosh is astonished. Bisham shavul later, shukom so kfiyah kala. They did a kfiyah kala. For them, they then escalated to a severe kfiyah. Which means I believe they're to flog him. Ayin shum. Vulayam rud the gam zeh kfiyah kala. Now you got to say perhaps this is also a light form of compelling. That's difficult to say. The society therefore says near the vadai yishum etzem a mitzvah on account of the mitzvah itself. And coffee, we don't compel. Mitzvah say Shema Tzor B'Sida, where it's say where the reward is given. But that's where it's not to do with necessities of others. Such as in Chulin Shloya Mokil Aviv, where he didn't give his father an appreciation. For mitzvah say, he violated mitzvah say. Have a mezainis, but food shloya loya tzarich aviv likach libno. If the father didn't have to take from his son, lo mokum acher, then he can have somewhere else. That's fine. Lafuki be Yerushalayim, but that's not his Yerushalayim. Shloya lavi malechol. Then the father didn't have what to eat. Shita shchim is a ben lachil. It's clear in such case to compel the father for the son to give him to eat. V'lo she came a mitzvah. Because the mitzvah. And they tzar aviv because of his father's anguish. It's not as covered. It's not preventing tzar. Sharoi v'lechem, who's hungry for bread, and man mekayim mitzvah gaki, but of course, by definition, you're mekayim the mitzvah as well. V'lachem v'tzedakah koifin v'lo kadesh mekayim mitzvah, also by tzedakah, therefore, we compel him, this is something we said before, lo kadesh mekayim mitzvah, not before fulfill the mitzvah. Eliminate tzar anim, because anim are in dire straits. Mela, the mekayim mitzvah, gaki, of course, automatically fulfills the mitzvah as well. Peace and praise, Mashomer Rabbein Ramah, that was Ramah says, she'em basically mitzvahs kibbut aveim. It does not compel you to do the kibbut aveim. But it can't, it's certainly true. Imu rak kibbut, if it's only in terms of honor. It's such as you don't give him honor, etc. I'm welcome tired of Gufa, but it's where there's bodily anguish. Such as his father and mother are hungry for bread. They cannot ignore this. You compel them to eat whatever methods are necessary. If the son has the capacity to provide. Zayin, because of a Rambam, the two of to keep it covered, Itim Avla Aim. The cover, the father comes before the mother. See, Kabeya Sabik, let's say Mecha, honor your father and mother. Moraktim Aim, and by Mora it says the mother comes before the father. See, Ishimovi, Tiro. Honor your mother, fear, or be in awe of your mother and father. The Lamed, Shem Shovitz, the reversal of the order is to indicate they're both equivalent. Bein covered, whether it's in terms of covered or bein Mora in terms of Mora. Akashar. Be'er Divrayim, what it means to say is near Kamosh Kosva Midrashim. Like it says in Midrashim, Fam Makdim Shamayim La'aretz, sometimes the word Shamayim because it's for Aretz, and sometimes Fam Eretz Shamayim. So vice versa, Lamed Shneim Shavim. So they both have equal value. V'chein Moshe Aaron. The final see Moshe Aaron says Moshe first, the final see Aaron and Moshe Aaron first. Lamed Shneim Short, they're both of equal stature. Even though the Gemara Kiddush gives a different reason, the person is accustomed to give more covet to his mother than his father. That's what his father mentioned first. Because the person is normally more in fear of his father and his mother. Therefore, it mentions his mother first in order to indicate that preference. And not preference, or to indicate that, so to speak, chiddush. I'm not coming with Torah, but okay. There's several, many facets, many ways of interpret Torah. With Dina and Afkamina, and Malacha, there's no difference. That they're both equivalent. And so each one is on their own. But when they're both in front of you, you have to honor both of them. Of course, then the father who comes first, which is why we see Lamed Zayin, like we'll see much later in the Simon.